Okay, there we go. Now the audio should be coming through. Ah, so irritating when that happens. Okay, let's test it. I'm just waiting to have it come through here. Man, this is like way behind. Let's see if that works. Okay, so we got a lot of people coming in here. And Kyle here is hopefully going to be giving me some information about whether my audio is coming through. There we go. Got some questions. Okay. This community is insane, says Andra. I agree. 1 second. Wrong damn window. I have too many windows. This is a too many windows situation. Get in here. Get in here. There we go. Sound is low, says Yogesh. Sound is always low with you, man. I've heard that. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Okay, now I've confirmed that my audio is in fact working because I'm hearing myself. So it sounds good. Okay, great guys. I am so sorry that it took so long to get this kicked off. It has been a crazy day. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. Mumbo says it sounds good. Everyone says it's sounding good. I think we're okay in terms of that. So this is being streamed onto YouTube and onto X. I'm also watching multiple chats here. I've got this window with all of the community questions. I also have some stuff that has been sent to me by Kyle that he has collected, you know, with the rest of the amazing mod team. You guys are absolute killers. I appreciate you. And I am also going to try, no promises, to watch the restream chat, which is the comments coming through from Twitter and YouTube. However, if you guys really want to get a question in, I saw somebody who said, why aren't you responding to me? Because honestly, I have too many windows up and not enough monitors. And I've got a significant number of monitors. So yeah, it's still just a lot of windows. So join the Discord. The link should be in the description below somehow. So, you know, follow in, hop in the Discord and ask your questions there. I'm going to hop over to Kyle and hit some of the questions that he has asked, or he has collected. Since the paid license is only functional on mainnet, are there incentives or advantages to holding it during the alpha testnet phase? Well, I mean, if you've purchased it, then you're holding it. The alpha testnet phase is not going to last that much longer, guys. We are going to have mainnet and TGE well before the end of the year, so you probably wouldn't want to wait, you know, until that to decide to get a license. Again, entirely up to you, but that's, you know, we're pushing forward very hard on this. So the advantage to holding it is that you have it, as opposed to everybody else. And let's see, what are the differences in reward structures between Datagram's full core nodes and the other types like partner or device cores? So those operating on the Datagram core substrate, okay, which is any partner node that happens to be coming through, the Datagram core substrate would be, you'd receive rewards for usage only. So only if somebody actually uses the node do you get anything from it. Other than that, you know, the Datagram core substrate is helping the project that you are, you know, running, if you happen to be running some other type of node that has integrated it, with the uptime and usage tracking, which is what it's supposed to do. Only if your node actually, you know, hosts something or performs a service, would it receive anything? The device cores are a similar thing, but basically it's something that would be integrated into an IoT device in the future. If you were to attach a node license to it, then this behavior may change, but that has not been fully fleshed out yet. But basically it's usage only for things that are not full core licenses. The only thing that gets uptime rewards is the full core license. So that's a primary difference. Let's see. How are performance-based rewards calculated for full core node operators? Right now, it's flat. Okay, so everything is basically treated the same. However, in the future, as everything gets built out and as a transition goes from sort of a simple uptime to a deeper usage-based system, then obviously the nodes that have the best hardware and the best connectivity and the best whatnot would be the ones that would receive the actual work, because obviously we're not going to allocate a heavy GPU render job to a Raspberry Pi in somebody's basement. So that's basically how that would work. Let me hop over really quick to the Discord just to make sure. I'll come back to your questions, Kyle, and ask in a little bit. Let's see. Oh, Nielsen has dropped questions. Good questions, Nielsen. Let's see. Oh, these are all questions from Nielsen. Oh, that's fantastic. Well done, Nielsen. Let's see. Mara asks, I've seen various nodes. Please explain the nodes. So right now, the only two types of nodes that you really have to be worried about, arguably three, is you have the alpha testnet nodes, which are only something for use during the alpha testnet. There may be in the future a transition period between the sort of alpha testnet and mainnet nodes, but alpha testnet is, as is described, something for alpha testnet. And then the full core nodes, which are the ones that will be going on sale August 10th for the preferred whitelist, August 11th for the standard whitelist, and August 12th for the open sale. There are also partner nodes that are operating on the Datagram core substrate, which would be a third type. But that type of node is really kind of whatever their node is. We're just part of the tech helping power it. I guess a good way to think of that is, you can have different types of engines in a car. The Datagram core substrate would be like an engine in a car that, you could have any type of brand outside and people would not normally see the engine. And so that's basically how that works. And let's see. I have a large team and I need to hold a meeting. Please tell me how I can do that. And you've got a bunch of points, and I'm looking at your screenshot here. Actually, let me go see if I can open that in this channel. I don't think I can because I'm sharing the browser view for the Discord window that you guys see on the screen right now. So basically, if you wanted to hold a meeting with your entire team, you would need to get some testnet dgram, which I can't actually see if you have or not from that view. You'd have to go to the wallet. And then with that testnet dgram, you would be able to purchase data, and then you could host the meeting however you would like with your team. I would love to have you give that a shot and see what you can do with it, because that's going to be a cool experience, something that I really think that you should try. In fact, Cardophilius, if you could ping MD Amir Hossein and see if we can get a way to get him a little bit of testnet dgram to try some stuff out, that would be good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. What happens to these points moving forward? These points, so everybody's collecting points right now on the alpha testnet. And they will then be basically, there's a certain percentage of tokens that will be distributed, and that number of tokens will be divided by the number of points, and then everyone will get allocations into their various capsules. After that, the points for the alpha testnet points serve no particular function going forward. There will be mainnet, or in all likelihood, there will be mainnet points that handle the distribution as well, but that's a separate thing. Is this recorded? Because I did not hear any answer because there's a problem with my headphones. Yes, Nielsen, it is recorded. You'll be able to see it on X, and it's going to be on my personal YouTube and my personal X. And I'm also recording it. Yes, just confirming. I am recording it. So I'll probably use it to break it down into the little shorts and stuff like that for posting. Okay, back to your questions. What metrics determine eligibility for daily Datagram admissions? Uptime, throughput, or something else? Right now, it's uptime and usage. Okay, so uptime. If you're up, you get your uptime rewards based on the number of minutes in a day that you are up, and then it's basically the way that it's designed to work is you would receive points, and then there would be a number of Datagram that's split amongst the number of points, and that tells you sort of what your uptime is. How does Datagram plan to transition node operators from testnet to mainnet? So the ideal situation is that you get a full core node that you then begin running, and it just simply takes the place of your alpha testnet node. Can license holders upgrade their tier after purchase? No. And I wouldn't think of these nodes as being like, the nodes themselves are the same in every tier. So if you have a tier that is tier 1 where there's no capsule or anything like that, that node is the same node as a tier 3 node. There's no difference in the node itself. The thing that changes is what comes with that node, whether it's a capsule for a certain amount or Datagram Prime membership, things like that. That's what changes. And so in that sense, if you had purchased a node, you could probably go buy a capsule from somebody else, and there will likely be a way for you to get a Datagram Prime membership as well, separately, but it's not like you're upgrading a tier, because that's not really relevant. Why are node licenses non-transferable for the first 12 months? One of the really important things with any type of network that you have like this is long-term stability. We want people to be part of the network who are going to actively contribute to the network for an extended period of time, because that's the way that you build the most robust DePIN project. What you don't want, okay, and actually let me just address something here really quick. One of the things that you really don't want to have happen, okay, is because we are a node ecosystem where our nodes actually do things, you don't want to have a situation where people are bringing nodes up and down all the time. We want something that stays up and stays stable, because that's how you get the best performance out of it, which is what's best for the customers, which is what's best for the ecosystem as a whole. So making sure that people are sort of committed to that vision is really important to making sure you build a really strong, stable, robust, and sustainable both community and service for people. Because again, you have to remember that we're competing against all sorts of cloud services providers that have, actual data centers and SLAs and things like that. And we don't want to be in a position where, we're not able to sort of, fulfill that, and neither do the node operators. Okay, let's see here. Celebez says, I'm very cool. A project dev who always appears in the community and explains his project directly. Thank you. I am not worthy. I'm glad that you like seeing this, and I'm happy to be here to talk to you guys. What will happen to non-license holders moving forward? Once the alpha testnet spins down, then those non-license holders would no longer be receiving rewards for uptime. Right now, you're receiving points for uptime. That would stop happening. I can see a potential future where non-license holders are kind of considered like almost like a Datagram core substrate members, where they would potentially receive rewards for usage. That's not currently built in, but I can see that as being a potential that we might want to investigate. Give me license and I will run my computer forever for Dgram. You can even make it eternally non-transferable. So if you you can actually earn a license in Discord, via questing and things like that right now. I think, excuse me, there's 10 that are currently available. So that's something you may want to consider. Let's see here. I hope that answers that question. Let me see if I missed anything up here. I do agree that the community is awesome. Get some heart and some fire on that. Okay. Got some gifts here. Oh yeah, Party Dog. It's all about Party Dog. Thank you for that contribution, Rage Degen. I appreciate that. Okay, let me hop over to the other thing here. What happens if a node operator fails to meet performance requirements? Do they lose access or rewards? Right now, if the performance requirements are uptime. So if you are not online, then yes, you miss out on those rewards, obviously. There really is not a cutting mechanism or anything like that, because we're not asking anyone to stake anything for the node operation at this point in time. However, in the future, this is something that is potentially a thing that will have to be addressed. And so from my perspective, I would like to see a loss of access or a throttling or a temporary rejection from the node network for a period of time until things return to a sort of a standard basis. Let me see here. I want to go. I wish I could show these questions. Is there a way I can show these questions? If I click on this Datagram stage, is everything going to explode? I'm going to not allow this for the time being. I do not want the help desk. I would like to see these messages. There we go. That looks like it works. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm not on camera. Let me do that. See if that works. Let's see if that comes through. You get to see infinitely repeating Discord stages here. I'm going to allow this time. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it's going to come through on the camera, but no, failed to start camera. Try again. We'll see. Let me get back up here because there were questions that were good questions. How can you differentiate Datagram with other projects? What's the long-term plan for node sustainability? I like that question. That is a good question. So again, okay, sorry guys, you don't get to see the camera here. Actually, I wonder if I could do it. Can I do it here? I'm going to try. Oh, man. It says I've been... Crap. Okay. Okay, no, that's really irritating because I had gone to try to do the to bring it over into my browser window so I could have it show up on the stream, and that borked it, unfortunately. So you can hear no whiplashes. Don't beat me. I don't want to be beaten. Okay. So that's obviously, unfortunately, not going to work. So you guys can't see the questions that are in the stage unless you come into the stage and actually look there. So sad face. How are you doing today, man? You doing well?
Sleep, we reached like, I don't know what, 35 degrees at night, and there was no wind, so it was just getting...
No wind. So you just baking, just absolutely baking. Okay.
Yeah, I was just like baking for a few hours up until the point I fell asleep, which is not great, but Could be a lot worse at the same time, I guess.
I've just put you on the live stream as well, so you're broadcasting in all the places as we answer these questions. Feel free to
Oh yeah,
hang out
great.
if you would like. Why are Mara asks why are some individuals receiving more points per hour than others? In terms of actual uptime points, they're not. In terms of referral points, they may be depending on how many referrals they have, etc. So that's one thing. Oh, and I see you answered that in text. Well done, sir. Let's see. Got some autograph requests for you, Cartophilus. To run a mainnet node, what are the requirements? Are we expected to get special hardware? No, you are not expected to get special hardware. The requirements are the same as the testnet nodes at this point in time. If there were any changes, there would be obviously some announcements regarding that. I'm gonna go and turn my lame music off in the background. That is a Billie Eilish Tiny Desk concert that I was forcing everyone to listen to. My apologies, everybody. Let's see. Minimum hardware specs, discussions of coffee. Will this inequality affect the, what is that inequality? Referrals and uptime are the only factors. No, there's no inequality there. It's just, run a node, you receive the rewards for running a node. If I can only run the node for 8 hours a day, is it worth it to buy the node? I would say that you could probably easily run a node for 24 hours a day, depending on the specific situation. There's a lot of different ways you can run a node, and there's also fairly inexpensive options out there via some of our partners and whatnot to run it. But yeah, so it really depends on sort of your situation and whether it's worth it or not. That's entirely up to you. I can't answer that one for you. Let's see. What do we got here? My friend, I am somebody a lot buying the node. Why should I receive fewer points because someone has referred another person? I'm not sure what that means. Let me see here.
Oh, I have answered that.
Oh, have you?
It was under the impression that people that refer someone get more points through
For
running their node,
oh no
but
no they do not.
everyone
They do
gets the
not.
same points
Yeah,
with the
everyone gets the
nodes.
same points. Yogesh says, can you tell us more about the 1,000 node giveaways? So that's basically 1,000 nodes that are allocated to a variety of purposes. And so what you would have is a chunk of those are going to be allocated to the people who are on the quote unquote, and I hate to say this word because I know it's going to just make a bunch of questions show up on the quote unquote leaderboard. But let's say it's a certain number. Let's say it's 100 or 250 or whatever, right? That number is yet to be determined because it's going to be based on the composition of the leaderboard. And then going forward from there, it'll be the first X number of people, and then every Y people all the way down the leaderboard. And that number will be determined based on, the number of participants and things like that. So, what I want to do is it's very important for me to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to participate in this. And so it's not just going to be only the people who are the top referrers and things like that. It's going to go all the way down the list. So a bunch of different people will get options. The total number of nodes is TBD, but that's the way that we're looking at it. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the point of the chat where clearly I lost Mike there. Who should I get help from to form a team? How should I get help? That's entirely up to you, Mr. Amir. And let me see here. How long has the space been going? Am I late? It has been going for 28 minutes now. Are we going to have NFT? Let's see. Are we going to have NFTs too, or not planning, or is it, or it's for now? Let's have Grammy NFT. There will be NFTs for the nodes. I think that is the question that you're asking.
I I think he's
So,
asking about, NFT collections. I do actually had someone reach out over Twitter, which we're talking to.
mm, that would be
They
fun.
wanted to do some NFTs on Datagram. I mean, everyone is definitely free to build on Datagram.
Yeah,
If you want to do an NFT collection or whatever you really come up with, just feel free and do it.
yeah, there you go. Uh, RKSO says, is purchasing a node mandatory? In terms of what? Like, are we going to force you to purchase a node? No, we're not going to force you to purchase a node. And does not purchasing a node affect eligibility requirements? Well, if the distribution is for people who have purchased and run a node, then yeah, I think it would pretty negatively impact your eligibility in general for receiving distribution if you didn't do the things to get distribution. So yes. Hello, CEO, asked Divine. Could you please explain the difference between the three node tiers? Is it mandatory to buy or not? So the three node tiers, essentially your first tier is just a node. Your second tier is a node and a capsule, okay, which is essentially tokens that vest over a year that you can claim if you would like. And then the third is a node, a capsule, and also access to Datagram Prime, which is, I guess you could look at it as like an alpha group. So it's a pretty cool thing. Let's see. Okay, back to the main chat, and then I'm gonna hop over if I can figure out my crazy number of windows. Yeah, and check what people on the stream are saying. How does your usage of Datagram evolve as your project scales? Tripto asked that question. Tripto is, is a pretty awesome dude. You should check out his project Metaflora. How does does your use? Do you mean usage of the token based on how your project scales? Is that what you mean? Please, drop a clarification there. And then let me go try to look at the chat here. 1 second. Why is everything so lost? Okay, here we go. Enter Restream. Okay, I'm going to go see if I can open the chat here as its own little thing, because Restream seems to be having problems now. Launch chat. Launching the Restream chat as its own thing. Let's see if this works. Chat is ready to display messages. Okay, I guess Restream has borked, and hopefully this is. Can anyone verify if I'm still live on Twitter? I think I am. I should be. Okay, future plans. So, does your usage of Datagram evolve as your project scales? I still am not sure what future plans means. Yes, I think probably. How does what? That doesn't make sense. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, the idea though is that, obviously the more of services you use, the more Dgram token would need to be burnt to pay for those services. So that's part of it. In terms of the long-term scaling, obviously we are scaling this project. What is the roadmap for the next few years? That's the question. Okay. There's a lot of things that are going on right now. I'm going to keep the roadmap kind of to sort of what we got going this year, which is essentially the node sale, TGE, and then going forward from there to the release of mainnet and TCP. So those are the main things that we have going for the rest of this year. After that, there's other things that are going primarily around just some really cool AI stuff that's going on. In fact, there's some announcements that are coming on the AI stuff, and yeah, and then going forward from there, it's gonna be a big adventure. We've got a lot in the long term that is, I think, gonna make people pretty happy. And let me bounce back over to here. Okay. How about those who run the node that don't have the capsule? Will they be able to get testnet rewards? Yes, of course. There's two, well, not types of capsules. They're all just the same type of capsule, but you would get a person who purchases a node that gets a capsule would also be receiving a capsule from the alpha testnet if they qualified for an alpha testnet capsule via running a node during the alpha testnet. So you would end up with two capsules. Have you ever encountered any cheating so far, and what sanctions do you give to those who cheat when running nodes? When you say cheating, what do you mean by that? As in somebody's pretending to run a node, or falsifying statistics or anything like that? I mean, we've had people who have like multi-accounted and done multi-referrals and stuff, and those suffer potential bananation and whatnot. But in terms of cheating of running a node, there really isn't any point to doing that because the requirements to run a node right now are not too crazy. Let's see. How many tokens will there be in Tier 2 and Tier 3 capsules? If you go to doc.datagram.network, you can actually see that. And it's the exact number is laid out there. Now, but the other cool thing about this, and this is something to think about with the capsules, is the way the capsules work, okay, is if you claim a capsule, whatever is unvested in the capsule, 50% of it is burned, 50% of it is distributed to other capsules. So having a capsule gives you the potential to receive additional distributions into your capsule from other people who have opened and essentially burned their capsules. So the number that your capsule has, or that it says there, would be the minimum. At the end of the year, after everything's fully vested, it could potentially be a maybe significantly higher number depending on user behavior. And yes, that one, Megamind. Hope you're doing well today, by the way. How heavy is Grammy and Datagram units? You guys are just like on fire with the puns today. Data pound. Okay, so those are the questions. What other questions do you guys have in the stage? I'm going to drop over to Restream. Again, looks like nothing's coming through there. I think that it's broken. What I have understood so far is that these capsules are packs of NFTs. They are not packs of NFTs. They are a single NFT per capsule that will receive essentially Dgram tokens. And yes, you can get a tier 1 node and purchase capsules from other people all you want. Knock yourselves out. So let's see. How will we be in tier 2? Don't know what you mean by that, Rahul. Sorry. Let me go back to the other Discord here. Okay. Okay, any questions that you guys have? Anything else that you guys want to know? Any sort of burning things that you're interested in? What do you got? Let me actually go back to your chat, Kyle, 1 second, and try to make sure I didn't miss any of those questions. I think I didn't finish. Is staking required to earn rewards, or is participation purely performance-based? For the full core nodes, there is no staking requirement. For the other nodes, there is no staking requirement currently, but the main thing is that for full core nodes, there is no staking requirement. Those of you who know me well and who follow me on Twitter understand, how's the nice way to put this, how irritated I am when people sell things with one sort of expectation and then change the rules. So I have no intention of doing that. So there will be no staking requirements for full core node operation, unless there's some in the future. We can't hear you again. Are you serious right now? Oh my lord. Can you hear me? Oh my god. Can you hear me now? Are you saying something, Carthophilius? This is weird. Discord is being very strange. Okay, as long as you guys can hear me, then I'm good. You know, this is wacky. Discord is not playing nicely today. Okay, so when will nodes purchasing go live? That will go live on August 10th for the preferred whitelist, August 11th for the normal whitelist, and August 12th for general sale. I'm confused as well, Carthophilus. I'm sorry, but I can't hear you either. Okay, listening on X. How's the audio quality on X, by the way? Because people were complaining about the mic yesterday, but I tested it exhaustively and everything was fine. Megamind asks, so on the 10th, can someone choose to buy from Tier 3 Tranche 4 before even Tranche 1 ends? I wouldn't. You could buy from Tier 3 before Tranche 1 ends. Yes, you can absolutely pick whatever tier you want to purchase within. In terms of the tranches, it will automatically default to the lowest price that is available for you when you go to make a purchase from a specific tier. Wow, Discord is really dorked up right now. Okay, I'm going to click on invite to speak. He's back. Can you guys hear me? This is wild. I still can't hear you. Oh well. Okay. So Discord is I think rugging all of us right now. Sorry about that, guys. Those of you who are on X and YouTube and stuff, I apologize that you are having to listen to us sort out Discord's audio issues. Rage can't hear me though. This is wild. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave. Let me see if I can actually do this. I'm going to leave this here. Disconnect quietly. I'm going to join the stage. How about now? I'm not.
Well, okay, for the people that can hear me,
Okay, let's try this now. Can you hear me? I can see you typing, but I can't hear you. This is crazy. What is going on, Discord? Chris? Earth to Chris? Or are we just totally borked by Discord right now? This is some X issues, man. Like, I'm used to X having these sorts of problems. Oh my lord. Okay. Well, I think we've gone through most of the questions. So given that Discord is absolutely rugging us, and I don't want to sit here wasting everyone's time as we, dork around with audio, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I will still be in Discord though. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in Discord. Yeah. We will go from there. So thank you guys so much for joining in. I appreciate it. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. Peace out, guys. And I will see you all on the flip side.